What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure.
So you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gemz.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. What they do, people out there. What's up? This your boy DP. This my girl T.
Hi, good morning.
We're Gemini Gemz. That's Geminis with a
S.
That's Gems with a
C.
And what we do, T?
We're going to drop them gems.
We're going to drop them gems.
For us.
For us?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Do that for us.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm good. Well, let me tell y'all something. It's about to go down. You hear me?
Okay.
T is up there. When it's up, it's stuck. Yeah, she up there and she's stuck in this little groove. So today's topic will be about family.
Oh, family.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
All
you
of
understand?
it.
All that, right?
All of it.
So I know T ready to start, but basically our outline is about, checking in on family secrets,
right?
The entitlement of family members, right?
Right.
The respect that we must have with our family,
right?
And also outcasting in certain individuals because of whatever situation. And I'm not pretty much gonna say too much today. I don't think. I probably interject here and there, or I will say my spiel.
Yes.
You feel me? But yeah, I know T got something to say, like for real, and it's about to go. Hey, listen, I can't even find a button. Nah, that's not even it. Oh yeah, it's going down.
It's going down, DP.
It's going down today.
DP is going down.
Yeah.
Listen. But we love our family.
Right, of course.
We love our family.
Love, yes.
And
LOVE.
It's just certain things, like when you have to just own your shit.
Mm-hmm.
And excuse me if I'm cursing too much in this segment, because my mouth is really on that level.
Yeah,
but I try
to
tend to bring it down because... some people might be like, oh my goodness, it's not necessary, but that's just who I am. And that's how I also express myself.
Right.
So excuse me ahead. But we allow certain things also.
Okay.
You understand? So you have to own what you do, because if you allow it, people go treat and do what they do towards you, especially if you don't say anything.
Right.
Like, so people, it's roles to it.
Right.
And so what's the first one? What we talking about today?
So stay in communication.
Oh,
How
okay.
vital is that?
It's very important.
I think so.
Especially to the elders,
Right.
because you have COVID. Most of them not able to go out like they used to.
Right.
And then you have the grandparents to where, their kids are taking care of the grandparents, but they, even the kids also
Need.
up in age to where they need help. And so it's just, keeping communication, just really keeping in tune, especially, for the grandparents.
Right.
Like, check up on them.
Yep. Okay.
We know life is crazy. We know everybody go through things, but especially the grandparents and also the parents too, but especially for the grandparents, check up on them.
Yeah, I agree.
Call, hey, do you need me to go to the grocery store for you?
I agree.
They have all of these where you do the shopping carts online and deliver it to the house. Like, hey, you want me to place an order for you? Spend time with them. Like, hey, what you doing this weekend? Nothing. I'm just coming by.
Right.
It don't have to be a reason or a holiday. It's just go by and really check in.
I definitely agree. The check-in is very important, very vital, far as your family members, towards your family members, because they need it, especially when they're up in age or if they have some type of disability.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So you must check in. I feel like that's a responsibility of a family member.
Yes.
Even though, let's say you're like a grandchild or something like that, you need to still check in. So you know what I do. So I have seen where the loved ones will neglect their loved ones, and they'll be decomposing the house again for 3, 4, 5 months at a time, and 3 weeks to 4 or 5 months at a time.
And no one has checked.
Yeah,
on
no
that
one
person.
checked in. And then I remember one scene I went to where they said, "Oh, I checked on the person last week," and I was like, "It's no way that you checked on that person last week."
And that body was
right.
probably there.
Yeah,
longer
it
than
was
that.
It was way longer
Okay,
than
so
that.
that person lied. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then the family member came to me and asked me, "Well, how long?" He's been in there for over a month, and you can tell.
Yeah.
So they was like, "Oh, he lied," and all that stuff. But I think it's very important, and also the check-in, like the drop-in once a week, just to see how they're living. Because some family members, when they get old, they start to live a certain different type of lifestyle, like the ordinance within their house is like dysfunctional.
Yeah.
So you need to come in, just clean after them and stuff like that. I think that's very important and vital. And then also too, like for me, with my granddad and my grandparents, I will be at their house once a week. Okay. And when I was in school, I would be there at least 3 times out of the week. Okay. And sometimes they just love the fact that I was there. Right. You know, just sitting around. And then I already knew how I was. When I walked through the door, I would have to do something. And then I would sit down for the remainder of the time that I was there. Right. And you could give them, let's say, 2 hours, an hour out of your day. Don't be that busy of a person where you cannot, check in. Just sit down with them. You will come across like some amazing stories. Of course. Some amazing times that they experience. Yes. And like I have many memorable situations between my granddad and my grandma. I learned life lessons just sitting down and just absorbing their knowledge. Right. They have so much wisdom to offer. Yes, so much. And then even when they friends would come through, they would drop some nuggets for that. Just being in the midst, you would just overhear their conversation. You'd be like, oh, I can use that. Yeah. Yeah.
I had to record one. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's no problem.
But just to add, because my grandfather passed away a couple of months. Okay. And so when I went to my grandparents' house, it was my grandmother, who's 87. Okay. And also a few of her church friends. Okay. And so it was 2 women. I just sat in the corner. They start singing. They start like doing almost like a sermon. Or they were speaking a word. Okay. And what Terica was doing, sitting back recording, because people wouldn't believe what I'm witnessing on a weekday, early in the day. And it's like those moments, like you said, are so memorable. Yep. But God allowed me to have the time to do that. Right. So this is why, not to get off subject, but this is why I put the middle finger up to corporate, because you have to clock in and clock out. Right. Okay. Based off my schedule, I was able to witness that. So that's what I want to live for. Gotcha. But go back. Gotcha. So one moment that I remember is with my granddad, when he had a scripture for me when I walked through the house. He was like, I'm gonna let you get situated, but I got something for you. And I took a picture of it, because those are moments that I can never take back. Right. He found the scripture and it was just pressing upon his heart, and then he just read it to me. He was like, I got something I want to read, and we just talked about it for a moment. Okay. Then he went back to talking about sports and stuff like that. So I think those moments are very vital, but also just checking in, sitting down. You never know what you may come across. And I guess at first, when I was younger, I didn't deem that as important until I had my job. Okay. And once I had my received my job, or got on my job, it really opened my eyes to, like, family is very important. Exactly. And then it just helps me to understand, to look over certain things. Right. Even though, let's say, it's a secrets out there within the family. Of course. You can look over those things and still show that love. Right. So just to, like, that segue, what you think about family secrets? And I'm gonna throw in there too. All right. Family gossip. Okay. Okay, so so you can expound on both. Okay. However it goes. All right. But just remember, secrets and family gossip. Okay, so listen, my family, it's more women than men.
Okay.
Okay, it's just we both are. They birth more women than men,
right.
So that's why.
Right.
And it's a gossip, of course. And I think family gossip is enough gossip for me to do. So that's why when I talk to my girls, we don't do that much gossip because it's that much already in my family.
Okay.
And it's all out of love. Because
you think so?
Most of it.
Okay.
Most of it is. It's just to gossip in my family.
That means 40%.
Listen.
It's good.
Because gossip in my family is just to keep you up on what's going on.
Facts.
That's how I take it.
Okay.
You know, we talking.
Right.
But it's not to really gossip or tell people business. It's just, we just catching up on each other. Mm-hmm. And that's how we communicate. Now, going to the family secrets.
No, before. I think family gossip is kind of somewhat good.
Yeah.
Because you actually are informed on what's going on.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I think that's a good thing.
Exactly. That's how we keep up with one another, right?
Right.
Now, when it comes to the family secrets, I respect family secrets.
Right.
Because it's layers to it, right?
Yep.
So you have my household.
Yep.
My household, we have family secrets.
Right.
Then you have your outside of that, immediate family, extended family.
Right.
You understand? So when it comes to the extended family secrets, I think I know me, meaning I know so much because I keep quiet. That's why it's called a secret, because you can tell me how what I'm gonna be the one just zip it, and if the secret gets out or exposed or however, I know I didn't say it, and however it plays out, it plays out. And so it depends on what the secret is. That for sure 99.9% I'm a zip it. Now if it's something dealing with kids, the way we talk in our family, if we know something's going on with a particular child, I feel like honestly we all come together. Like, that parent trying to probably don't want it to be exposed, but at the end of the day, it take a village to raise those kids.
I agree.
So certain topics or certain situations in the family, and we call it, you call hang up, because that person might need help. And for me, what I would do once it gets to me, I'm just knocking on your door. I'm not calling, hey, how you doing? Can I come by? It's just certain situations. You just go to your family member house, knock, knock. If we could do all this family fun, why we can't have the family, like, for someone to really be there for you in a time of need? Okay. So, that's my intake on this, just on gossip and family secrets.
Far as when it comes down to family secrets, I think you divulge that information to certain individuals within the family, I guess, at a certain point, within, I guess, the time of the events or whatever has taken place. So, like, for us, my family, I would say, they're great at keeping secrets, but at a certain place in time, there should be, where other family members do know what's going on. So we won't seem so odd towards that individual. We're a loving family. So I have the good side, the good family, and then I have the, rough family members.
Okay.
So the rough family members, you have to be a certain way. So when it comes down to secrets, of course, you never tell, you never, it's within the family, but it should stay there.
Right.
And it should be handed or given to, the right people.
Right.
Because they can help.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You just don't give it to a first cousin and then they go blast it on Facebook.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's certain people that you give certain information to.
Exactly.
So for me, when it comes down to it, I believe, yes, it should be a secret. It should stay within its parameters.
Right.
But at the same time, if someone else can help, a helping hand. Like, I had a cousin.
Go ahead, keep talking. The word help. Go ahead.
Right. So I had a cousin, and she was involved in a little situation, and I didn't know nothing about it, actually, honestly. Okay. All I did was, once she showed up at the doorstep, hey, come with me. Let's go get something to eat.
Okay.
I didn't even know what the situation was. Okay. I didn't even ask.
Gotcha.
I don't even think I found out, but I knew something was going on.
Right.
There's no reason why you at my front door at this particular time.
Right.
So I said, hey, come on, let's go get something to eat. Let's just chill. Let's relax. And that was that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then from whatever happened.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? But it's not for me to even find out. You know, sometimes just be there for your family. I knew something was going on.
Right.
And it wasn't like she told me or nothing like that. It was just that I was there.
Right.
You know, and I believe being supportive, being helpful,
yes,
you know, it should be like prevalent,
yes,
you know, within the family.
Exactly.
So keeping the secret, to me, I believe in it. I mean, I know family members have it. I know there is a such thing as it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to you, keep it there.
Right.
And if it doesn't come, don't go looking for it.
Exactly.
And also too, because I have seen family members actually post stuff online. Oh. And I believe that's a big no-no. You know, especially when it's family oriented. It's family. It's a family dynamic. That stuff shouldn't even be outside of the parameters of family.
Right.
So
just don't tell that person no more.
Right, but it shouldn't even get there. You know,
That's crazy.
Right. So if you a part of like me, I'm a part of a family. It's certain things I'm just not going to say. I'm not posting nothing.
Exactly.
I'm not nothing. I believe it should stay right there.
Stop putting the feelings and emotions on these goddamn social media platforms.
Right. And then cousins be fighting with cousins
Petty.
And saying sideways stuff, and then at the end of the day, all you have is family.
Yes.
You know, and that goes with the family gossip as well.
Right.
You know, that stuff should be kept to a minimum.
Right.
You know, where it's not, you know, overbearing and too much.
Because some families, they have disagreements.
And
because it's more women on my side.
Right.
So things are bound to happen. Relationships are going to break up. Some relationships are going to rekindle. And then even from rekindling, it's two ways. Either it probably won't be the same or maybe it's better than what it was. But my family, because we go through things and stop talking, get back, we all do it. But as of 2021, I feel like we got so much closer because we telling each other, you're not alone. So I fell off. And when I mean I fell off, it was family and friends.
Wow.
It was family also. Why you stop doing this? And I got ghosts because I just thought that's what it's supposed to be.
No.
But it goes back to me telling my family, like, thank you. Thank you for keep reminding me of who I was. Because when you lose yourself, you need somebody to give you that flashlight. Be like, hey, this is who you are. What you doing? But it's up to that person to really, you know, take time. But so thank you, family, for always being there. And we have patience. You have to have patience with one another because there's so many different personalities. Everyone is different. But it goes back to, hey, allow people for them to be who they are, accept them for who they are, because when you being you and all that, I know how to handle you. That doesn't mean I'm agree with everything or your actions. It's just when I see you, you trigger something, okay, now I got to treat you like this. Always with respect.
Right.
But I know how to handle you.
Right.
Because you ain't going to stress me out.
Right.
And that's it. So I'm controlling me. I can't control you. So I'm going to allow you to be who the hell you are. I'm going to understand who the hell you are. But just know it's a cause and effect. Meaning, if you go say some shit, just know that I'm going to say some shit back.
Okay.
So don't get mad.
So that segue led to the respect.
Oh, okay.
How much you think a family member should show respect to each other?
I feel like to the young ones, because it's, you know, it's generations. Right. So let's go to the young ones first, okay? The young ones, they need to understand, y'all need to respect y'all elders. I don't give a damn if you 5 years younger, 10 years. Listen, if someone is older than you, it's called respect.
I agree.
Look it up. Y'all young ones swear y'all asses are like we owe y'all some shit. We don't owe y'all a goddamn thing.
Right.
Do you understand? Because something really happened to me personally to where I had a family member call me fake. And I'm talking about 4th of July weekend, meaning this shit just happened. Wow. So a young person, see, y'all fake as hell. So hold on, pause on the play. Let me tell your ass something. Terica ain't fake for a long mother effing fucking shot. Do you
That's
understand?
For the birds, right?
For the goddamn birds. But guess what? My parents didn't treat me like that. Like, my parents didn't teach me to disrespect your elders. So I don't give a damn who you are. I come with respect. Right. So I don't know what happened to the disconnection of the parenting skills or what they parents probably allowed them, but it's called a cause and effect. Keep doing what you think you gotta say or do, because my mouth is so fucking filthy. I'm gonna come back and say the same shit back. And guess what? It got crickets. So again, that's what it goes to. So listen, respect. These little ones, not little one people. When you see an older person in your present, treat them respect. If you see your mama in the same goddamn room, don't drink and don't smoke in front of them.
That's how I feel.
You understand? Especially if you under 21 years old.
That's how I feel.
Do not drink or smoke in front of your parents. You understand? It's called respect, but what the parents allow. Because if my kids know who the hell this mama is, they will hide that shit. Right. Because I'm finna call your ass out. We might be fighting in the street because you disrespected me.
I agree.
So it's all about respect. So I don't know what the hell these kids feel that they are entitled to do what the hell they want to do, say what they want to do. But guess what? I'm going to be that cousin or that big mama or whoever. I'm finna come and talk and drag your ass too.
Okay. You sure?
For now.
You sure?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. No. I'm saying like you finished for sure.
Oh yeah. For now. That's why I said for now.
Okay. Because I was gonna let you go.
Listen, I'm a pause.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna do it with a smile.
Okay. So for me, as far as respect, I believe the dynamic with the generations, yes, there must be respect from the young to the old. You know, as far as me and mine's, as far as my family, I know generally we usually just show respect. Like I show respect to my big cousin, you know what I'm saying? And it's certain rules that's just implemented regardless. You know, if they call or they say, hey, do this, you just have to do it because you still the little cousin. It don't matter if you're bigger, you know, or older. You get what I'm saying? If they call, you come. And just like for my big cousins to theirs and to like the parents, you know, it's certain things you just don't do around your folks. Like me per se, I wouldn't do certain things like drinking, smoking. If I did smoke, you know, I would not do that in front of my folks. And I just have a general respect for that. You know, it's certain things that they shouldn't see. It's certain things I saw my cousins didn't do around my mom and my dad and my aunties and uncles. And even not in front of the grandma. Smoke weed? What? No,
negative.
What? You have to be like down the street, around the corner, up the block. You feel me? Like,
hey, let's drive to Atlanta right quick. Hey, we gonna drive to Atlanta and then come back. It was
something that was just like really unheard. Yes, it was really unheard of. And then you would literally, I think I smell something on you. You would go to the store and get an Arab. You feel me? Like you would just go get a new shirt, and wash your mouth or whatever, rinse your mouth out.
Hey, you better have that Listerine,
on
you better have that lotion, you better have that perfume.
Because you know how grandmas are, right? Because grandmas always love it. Oh, come and give me a hug. Yeah, you feel me? So, you know, grandmas are like that. So it's just certain things that's just basically forbidden, right? You know, just a underlying rule, universal rule, right? And I believe in that. And also too, like how you were just saying with family, I believe in household rules. I wrote that down off of what you just said.
All right.
So, and I believe in that. Like I believe that when I was growing up, there are certain rules I should have followed, and when I think about it now, I should have listened to what my parents were saying. Of course. And then it would have helped me.
Gotcha.
You know, along the way. It's a lot of stuff I reflect on. And I even see other people like the structure. People like kids will be running away from the structure. Right. Oh, I can't wait till I get older and get my own and all that stuff. And then when you get older,
y'all not ready.
You like, no way. Hello. Life was, I should have listened.
I tell all the young ones, even that are related to me, anytime I get around a youth, listen, stay young.
Yes.
As much as possible.
As long as you
get
can.
all the wisdom, learn as much as you can, because we've been there. Because being a teenager, that shit is temporary. Okay? When you become an adult, and that shit is longer years. Hello. Okay?
So I keep speaking facts.
So I tell my kids this, and also in my classroom, because I'm an educator also, listen, y'all enjoy it.
Yes.
Don't rush it.
Right.
But be respectful.
That's all.
Because it's this, whatever the hell in this music, whatever they watching, they think they feel like they could be on our level. But you got a cousin or somebody like me, I'm going to bring your ass right back the fuck down.
Right. And so, and I think too, to add to what you're saying, it's because they see it and see everything is so accessible to people. So they can feel like that entitlement to actually like do whatever they want to do.
Negative.
You get what I'm saying? So, and I look at it like this too, like with the hairstyles and the getting the nails done and different things like that.
Eyelashes.
Right.
Now,
so I am putting on makeup. So
makeup.
I feel like there should have been an age barrier to certain information or what they should be assessed to, like I have access to. You know, you shouldn't be, my personal opinion, you know, you shouldn't be 13 years old to 16 learning how to put on makeup.
But guess what? I have a question. If they don't have a job, who in the hell purchasing whatever items for them to have these things?
It would be the parents.
Okay, so it's the parents' fault.
Okay.
Everything starts at the home.
Right.
So whatever the parents allow the child or kids to do, parents have to own the fact that, you know what, it's my fault, because the kids are the reflection of the parents. So we can do a lot of talking, right? But really, like, get all the kids together. Get a camera, get a microphone, get all the kids together and press record and let the kids talk. That's who the fuck you are as a parent. True. Because that's what you allow, and that's what it is going on in your household. So I also blame some of the parents too, where again you have someone who's 18 to tell a grown ass woman you fake. What the fuck they do that at?
I guess down here in Miami.
I don't know. I hope. Oh,
I'm
goodness.
just joking.
Oh, I'm about to say, please.
I'm just joking.
Hopefully, Miami ain't the only guy.
I'm just joking.
But it's just the respect.
I agree.
So just to close up that segment.
No, I was going into the entitlement.
Okay, entitlement.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like the younger generation feel more entitled, and also too, like, and I'm gonna go a little bit deep, take it a little bit further.
All right.
Of course, they get it from their parents, but like I see, because I'm in the funeral field, like you see a lot of family members feel entitled when somebody passes away. And I just want to speak about it for a little minute. Okay. You know, where family members feel entitled, but they didn't put in the work. You know, so I give you an example. I had I want to say a godmom, but my mom's godmom. She you know, she passes away and she has kids. And I can tell this story. So I remember at the funeral while we were getting in the family cars. Okay. One of the brothers wanted to act up, like crying and all that stuff. Okay. Oh, I can't do this, all that stuff, right? Okay. And I think he was the oldest. I think the second oldest. Okay. He was like, "Shut up and get in the car. What you doing all that crying for?" And he said it blatant, like, "What you doing all that crying for when mom was in the hospital, you wasn't there?"
Hello. That's why he was crying.
And then all of a sudden she passed and you acting like the biggest fool.
The guilty.
You get what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong, you know, it's nothing wrong with showing your love and all of that stuff. Not saying he shouldn't have done that. Right. But the entitlement, and I'm gonna go a little step deeper because I don't know that dynamic, but I'm gonna go to what certain things I have heard. Right. Like I should get that. Like I should get the house. I should get the car. I should get the money. You get what I'm saying? And then you like, but bro, you wasn't even there.
You wasn't there.
You get what I'm saying? You wasn't there from A to B. You was over there in the streets or wherever you were doing. You get what I'm saying? But that wasn't their dynamic. He was just talking about the funeral.
Gotcha.
But when it comes down to the money and all of that, those things, the family members feel entitled that they should have their hand in the pot as well. And like, of course, you know, you have some stories where the people that passes away already set it up. And they already know who treated who like what. Right. But if you know you didn't do nothing, why you have your hand out to receive something?
Because they feel like they the son or the daughter, and probably, I don't know if it's by law, but I guess in their minds, you know what? I'm one of the kids. I'm one of the siblings, so I am entitled to have.
Well, I don't disagree, right? So, I think you should receive,
which is stupid. I'm not agreeing with that part, but it's stupid.
Right. So you should, to me, you should receive something. Right. But if it's not the house or the car, I'm just using that as a tangible thing. Right. But if it's not that, then you should be fine. You know, you should be more mourning over the person that you lost than what they have to give towards you. You know, I have seen that. So then to kind of back up, as far as the younger generation, not, you know, feeling entitled to talk to their family members, however they feel like talking to them, because they feel like they're on the same level. So what I was going to use was like the hairstyles, the nails, and I talk more. It didn't even, because I don't really see the younger guys doing it, but I see more of the little girls. They clapping back like they got it like that. Gotcha. You know, and you're looking at them like, listen, calm your little young butt down, because when you burn your bridge, where you gonna go?
Where you gonna go?
Where are you gonna go? Like, what else is out there for you? Because usually guys are more humble because they got their mom. They love their mom to death. Right. So they'll be like, okay, mom, all right. So most guys I have seen, all right, mom. Right. You know, and just let that be. Gotcha. Most women, of course I say this too, you know, two queens can't live in the same castle. Okay. But sometimes there should be some humbling experience instead of entitled, like, oh, you should listen to me because you didn't do this right with your ex. First of all, how you talking like that? Why you woofing up like that when you know you don't have no bite? You get what I'm saying? Like a small dog. What I say? A big dog with a small bite? No.
What's the other one? Hey, you don't even have a damn pot to piss in.
And the window to throw it out of, right? You feel me? So why you feel like you should? You know, you a small dog with a small bite. Right. You get what I'm saying? Acting like a big dog.
Like a chihuahua.
Yeah. You feel me? So why do that? You know, and why be that way?
So to go back to something you said, right? Okay. When it comes back to the older generation, I really feel that as adults, we need to have a will. Because if we have wills, that way, once we're deceased, hey, it's already in writing. Yep. So guess what? Nobody has to fight. You don't have to leave that responsibility on a person who was probably there caring for that individual. Because that's when, like you said, the family is going to be like, well, like you said, entitlement. But let's just take it another step. Okay. Let me create a will so that way once it's done, my lawyer, whoever, they'll come and present it. And guess what? Crickets. Because it's already set and done. And so guess what? If you walk away with nothing, or whoever do get something from it, because at the end of the day, I'm still gone. Right. So my life is gone, but y'all sitting here fighting over materialistic bullshit. Fuck you.
You ruthless. You're ruthless.
Just for those adults, because I see it. Right. And I know I'm not here to expose any family, but this shit, it still it happens. Yeah. But it's just childish because now y'all putting stress on an individual who was really there for that person from the beginning to the end. But now that person's like, you know what? Our loved one is no longer here. Why y'all still bickering at me to where I was there helping our loved one? But now you asking for money. So you telling me you at that negative or that low in your bank account that's the only way out for you to receive something?
Right, but they see it as like
that's crazy,
like a little win-win situation for them.
Go hustle, go do what you need to do.
That's why, or just get a plan and pay for it yourself.
Exactly. So older people, all of us, if you're tuning in, just get that will.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
Not to stray away from the conversation, but like a dog,
I think that's
people,
needed.
Like we need a will.
Yeah, I think that's needed. When it comes down to family, it's certain things, benefits that family can have. This is how you build family wealth as well. So I think all of those, everything that we're saying is conducive to this situation, like into this topic, you know, and just to throw some, you know, ideas out there is great.
Right. And this again, my opinion. We just stirring conversation.
I was just getting ready to say that.
We just stirring. We just always just starting some shit.
I agree.
And just starting conversation.
And also too with fighting and bickering and stuff like that, just to expound on it a little bit more. You know, I feel like, of course, you know, you probably know each other for so long and you're fighting and you're fussing and stuff like that. You can't. Right. I believe you should have a table where you come back. You know, and then also too, just to think out loud, where the big mamas at? You know, where's that house everyone can come to?
I have an answer.
Nowadays, you want to know where she at? Not back then.
Not back then.
Of course, we know she in the club.
Oh, hell, I was about to say, because she out them in the streets too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, where is it at? Because it's needed. You know, because the cousin that maybe be getting molested or the guy that's just got kicked out because he wants to live an alternative lifestyle.
Everybody out in them streets.
Where's the praying grandmas? You get what I'm saying? Like I feel like once my mom generation, your mom generation has gone on, we'll be lost.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And not saying because God will always have a ram in the bush.
Right.
But it won't be as many as it was back then.
Exactly.
So I always agree on, you know, the fact of having like that big mama. Like I feel like when I get older, like I want to have enough where if someone like my family members need something, I can provide.
Right.
You know, and I'm just looking for where my big cousins and what the big cousins that's going to solidify the family later on.
Right.
The family reunions.
Right.
Where are these things taking place? Now we know how to party with our friends.
Right.
But where your family members
exactly.
at? Like that's what I think is very, very important. And it should be said. It should be stated. I think the only people we really got out here is family.
Right.
Aside of the friends, we know. But, and for the ones that don't have family, because I've come across some people that literally don't have no family members.
Okay.
And they adapt to other people's family.
Right.
So where are the families? Right. If you don't know where your family member is, you need to go look for them.
Right.
Find out.
Do a Zoom now.
Or even know where you come from.
Exactly.
I think a lot of one reason why we are so lost is because we don't know where we come from.
Right.
We should find out where we come. Who is your granddad?
That's very important.
I think so.
Because you have to realize that I'm not speaking for the younger generation because most of what I'm about to say is not for everybody.
Right.
But I'm that young one that I want the wisdom from the older generation. And my family knows that. Like I'm talking about from the 80s on down to say 40s.
Okay.
I'm that cousin. I want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't even know that some of my family know that our family have property somewhere in Miami. Mm-hmm. Did y'all know that? So if you don't know that, that means that you're not taught. You don't want to either learn or know. Maybe it's not a part of their interest, but you have to know where you come from. And that's why
But you come to the will reading.
Yeah.
To make sure you get something.
But to make sure you got something.
Right.
So it's just.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We have to do better as adults. These younger generation, I just feel like we all have to grow.
Yes.
But growth is optional. And I'm going to always say that growth is optional. But we just stirring conversations to where, you know what? DP and T might be really saying something. Do you guys have a will? When last time you had a family reunion? You know, before COVID, after COVID, during COVID. It's just like when the last time that you really got to sit down and get to know your family. So I was just adding to that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with it. Also, too, you know, because I wanted to kind of get on the outcast, because some family members are outcasts.
Yes.
And the reason why I could not answer, right?
Okay.
But if I was an outcast of my own family for whatever reason,
Okay.
I feel like I would just ask for forgiveness.
Okay.
You know, for whatever I have done towards
Right.
my family members, and hopefully it's not that gruesome. You get what I'm saying, or not that disturbing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying.
Right.
But if it's something bad, you know, I would still ask for forgiveness and try to make it right. Try to do what I can do to make it better. You know, and some things, yes, we know you can't really run away from, because I have been on scenes before where the family say, we don't want nothing to do, we don't care
but
what you do with that.
I have a question. But who decides on that family member or family members to be an outcast? Did we have a vote for that?
Well,
like who said it? Like,
well, so I'm gonna just go a little step deeper, right?
Okay.
And say the reason why is, like, let's say molestation. The person molested one of their family members.
Of course.
The other one is probably taking money from somebody because they was addicted to drugs and stuff like that.
So the one who did the molestation, they still breathing? Why they not dead?
I can't answer that.
Not to say I'm a heartful person. It's just, oh my goodness, like someone molested. Sadly,
but it's going
why they're
on.
Still breathing,
right?
Why the family allowed that person to keep breathing? I guess I'm about that life,
right?
I would be a ghost, and you'd be like, oh, what happened to X so and so? I'm gonna be looking like, oh, I don't know either. Oh my goodness, I will be that family member who bought that life.
So some of them are outcasts, which I get. You get what I'm saying? As far as the molestation, I get that. But when it comes down to taking money, and it depends on the dynamic.
Okay.
You know, of course, you can have different changes within that relationship. They really took something very vital and important.
Right.
You know, a family heirloom or something like that. I get that. But if it's something materialistic, I believe you can forgive a person.
Right.
I don't know me in that type of situation. I have been. Stuff was taken from me from my loved one, but that was, and it was important to me.
Gotcha.
But it wasn't that important where I would lose a relationship over, and I mean stuff like money, you know, jewelry and stuff like that. So there are things that I deemed important and was taken, but I can look over it, you know. And so with that being said, it's like, if they're outcasts, me personally, if they're outcasts, just, I would say, if you can find forgiveness, find it.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
But also, too, set something aside for them. So at their end, I guess my point is, at their end, benefit from that situation.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? By setting up the will or doing a what's the insurance plan,
right?
You get what I'm saying? So that you won't. And I guess where I'm coming from is my side of where I work. So I know that at the end, like, it's nothing with these folks,
right?
You know, and you be like, dang, man, you must have did something really bad that your family say, I don't even care what you do with those individuals. And you could tell that person was an outsider. They lived in a trailer park by themselves and all of that stuff.
So I have a question for the ones that probably an outcast, because I feel like most families have outcasters, if that's a word.
Right.
So if I was the outcast, do the outcasts have an idea of what they've done? Because it's a yes or no. It's we just don't know. And to be honest, I wasn't gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. I had a few family members come to me once upon a time in my life. I'm not gonna put a stamp on it, but I had the outcast come to me. And guess what I did as a woman, as a cousin? I stayed, and I listen. Like I told the outcast, I'm not the voice for everybody. So I hear what you saying, but to be honest, I'm not the one to really have this conversation alone because what you're saying is really not towards me. And my personality is I don't do the gossiping because after we just had this conversation, I'm about to call and no, like I told the outcast, eventually or maybe one day, if we all together in the right environment, then yes, I feel like we're able to have that conversation. Yep. But don't walk into a fun atmosphere when you want to come and be the tornado and trying to flip some shit, and don't do that.
Right.
So my advice to the outcast was, I get what you're saying. I understand. And really, I don't fully understand, but I do understand. But to the simple fact that just don't walk into a fun environment starting some shit.
Right.
So I respect for the outcast to where you just don't see them because maybe the time is just not right. But again, everybody come to me with all their feelings. What I mean, all of their feelings.
You the median. You the glue.
I'm coming. It's negative, positive, and it's just, I talk to the outcast in my family, and I just really don't understand who or why did we vote as a family. Boom, they're outcasts. Now, some shit happened recently, and oh, this person damn sure outcast now. Okay, so we voted. Hey, we all voted. And what? Listen, if you want to see me somewhere based off something happened recently, don't call me. I ain't coming. Now, we did do that vote. That's what I'm saying. Did people vote on it? Like some other outcasts, I was like, what was I?
So that's the reason for talking about the secrets. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Certain secrets shouldn't be held if it's a group decision, you know.
But where was I? Well, they did a group decision for some outcast.
But that's what I'm saying. That's
right.
the reason for not having so many secrets stay within.
It has to be revealed. We have to talk about it.
Right.
People have to stop being offensive.
Right.
People need to bring, hey, let's talk about it. So let's forgive.
Right.
And then you move forward. It goes back to what I said. Hey, some relationships probably not going to rekindle the same. Some relationship might be where it left off, or maybe a relationship might actually grow from it. But who are we to say you are actually the outcast? We voted recently. We voted recently. Yeah. And so that's what that is. Right. But so from moving on from the outcast, right? So because we all have I don't want to say the word all, most family might have grown boys and grown women in the family. Because I think you pointed this out a couple of episodes ago too, because why the family don't check that family member. Right. Because I have some in my family that are grown boys and grown girls. And for y'all who don't know the meaning of grown boys and grown girls, it's just you could be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s by their age, but you still
acting like a little child.
A little damn child.
Yeah.
Facts.
Right.
Okay? But to the grown boys, you understand? Okay. And this is why I also said, get to the kids. It's just to sum it up. Get to the kids and let the kids talk about their parents, because that's who the hell they really are. And the grown boys, what frustrates me, and this is just the grown boys out there, period, in the family or without, you guys chase the pussy so much that you don't show the same attention to your kids. You want to know what your girl doing, or your spouse or significant other, whatever floats your boat. But you so into what that nut is that you lose the sight of your kids. So that's why the kids fucked up too. And we just talking real facts. Everything is at the home. You understand? So if the grown boys,
PG-13.
Thank you. Okay, so if the grown boys will really invest and show attention to their kids more, I feel that the world can also probably be a better place.
So to just not even piggy off, just to I guess, open the question even more. But just give my opinion by giving my own opinion.
Okay.
Right. So with these people that are not mature, these grown individuals that are not mature, they're, I guess, how do you address them? Like, you need to tell them about themselves, because if you don't, it's just going to keep happening. And I think that's how the family end up tearing apart, over time, because you're not approaching the individual. I believe there should be somebody that pulls the person to the side and be like, yo, you need to check your attitude. You need to check your ways before you even come over here. Because if you're not going to be mature when it's in this dynamic or within the dynamic, then you do not need to be involved. You get what I'm saying? Or what happens is you need to create the scenario. You need to create the party. Don't come to the party. You be the party.
Hello.
You get what I'm saying? So I think those things should be addressed, especially with family members. Because again, for me, this is all we have. At the end of the day, is family. And for the ones that don't have family, they want a family. They wish they can have and see the dramas that goes on with family.
Gotcha.
But they have no one. I've dated a couple of girls that didn't have no one.
Right.
They may have had the brother, but the brother was like 2 weeks, two states away.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? So I would say, how do you address them? Like, what is your resolve? Because you ain't going to be able to stay away from the person that long, because they're still a family. You're going to run into them eventually. And then you're going to have this, how come I didn't get invited to the Western Day? So how those situations going to be addressed?
So I've addressed it with a particular person.
Right.
Okay. Before.
Right.
And my advice to a particular person is, your past is your past. You're still living and your kids are still living. And this is going back to saying growth is optional.
Okay.
Because you could give somebody the answer key, or what's the other one? You could lead a horse to the water.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? They have to apply it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to apply it. So when you done your part, and this is what I also told my immediate family in my house, sisters and my brother, my brother-in-law, God forbid if anyone pass away unexpectedly. You understand? I'm going to be that person at the funeral. I'm not doing all that boohoo crying, because I know I was the best person in your life. Because life is still about choices. And I'm not stressing over somebody else shit, excuse me, PG-13, over somebody else, but knowing that I said, hey, I was that family member, you still living. You can do better.
Right.
You still here.
Right.
But so when you have that conversation, it goes back to applying.
Do family have open forums?
What you mean? Elaborate more.
So, like, because I just thought about this, because I was at a family function not too long ago.
Okay.
I think not last year, the year before last.
Okay.
And we literally sat down and one of my aunties expressed herself. And then everyone started to give their opinion.
Without a heated conversation?
It did not get as heated because we had the moderator there, which was the grandma.
Okay.
But the conversation was had, and when it was like, I think that's what was needed. Did we get a resolve? I wouldn't know, because I didn't know too much of the dynamic. Again, I kind of mind my own business when it comes down to the family.
Right.
But can we find a way where we have an open forum?
I want to say yes.
Okay.
Because I'm doing actually a project that I filmed recently with my family. That it was a panel. And it was a panel of my grandmother, her daughters, and then her daughter's daughters, of course, and grandkids.
Right.
So it was, I want to say, maybe 3 or 4 generations at the panel. So again, everyone probably, most, not to say, excuse me, I don't mean to say the word everyone.
Right.
Most families don't do that. But my personality and my family, I'm going to be the one to do that. So soon to come, I really want to see more families do it. and it was probably a filming of 4 to 6 plus hours.
Right.
And because you need those conversations.
That's what I'm talking about.
At the end of the day, it was nothing but women, but we also need the men to do the same thing. So the men didn't happen as of yet. But Terica, this one right here, my family done that in 2021 because it's needed. Because I see that it's needed.
Gotcha.
And that's that.
So, with what you're saying, I thought about this. I think dads need to have conversations with their sons at different points. So I give it a direct point. So age of, let's say, 16, 18, 21, 25, 30, 35, 40.
The milestones.
Right. Okay. So you should have certain conversations where the dynamic can stay like on the same page, where two kings won't be in the same castle because they conflicting with each other. Same thing as far as daughters. You know, cousins need to do the same thing, have a group meeting, and how can we extend or create a family, not heirloom, but like a family tree. Right. Where we stay connected, because every 6 months in a year we meet up, or whatever point we may meet. Right. We meet up and we say, this is what the family needs to do
to grow. You know?
Right. And as it extends and expands, we shall always get back to this meeting point. Right. You know, and because I'm all about family. Like, I'll sit down and I'll talk to my brothers, and even though our communication may not be consistent, but we stay texting. We got a group text. And that's what I like about WhatsApp. Yeah. Because I hear a lot of families now, that's how they communicate, through text messages. Right. They saying, hey, somebody's birthday was today. Yeah. My family does it.
Same here.
You know, and then you can be out of the loop, but you still can be still in the loop. Right. You know, and I appreciate technology now because you can stay in contact, you know, with Facebook. It's a good and positive with it.
Of course.
But I agree with trying to continue a conversation or continue a communication with your family members. Yes. And the feeling that you made me feel was like, if two people are beefing, they need to hash it out within the family. Right. And it needs to be like around other family members so they can both share their sides of the story.
Okay.
And be able to get to some type of median. Even if it ends in a way where it's not like where they end up talking anymore, like they don't talk no more. Right. That's fine. Right. But at least that moment in time happened.
I agree.
So at least they can go and reflect like, oh, I did have that chance, but I didn't make it up. Because sometimes you can have that conversation and then 6 months later, y'all back to best friends. Right. You know, and I believe in that. I really don't have much to say. I probably have more to say later. If y'all people out here leave some comment, y'all like our stuff, you know, and subscribe to our channel. Yes, because please. We want to keep the topics coming. Right. Again, this week we were just talking about family, the respect, the communication, the entitlement, and just to spark up conversation about the respect, and even the outcasts, like why this person you don't see around no more. Right. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully they're not dead. Check in on your family.
Please
do. And that's one point I will always stress.
Yes.
Check in. See if they are alive. Because these people out here are dying alone.
All day. Every day.
They are dying alone.
Yes. That's sad.
And I went to the little site. I mean, it's not a little site, but I went to the site where the building collapsed. And when I went out there, it was just mouth dropping. Right. You know, and I just feel like, man, this is like, you don't want to see your family in no rubble. Right. You know, and then let's say if you was beefing with your family members and they end up passing away, because you hear stories like that as well. Right. So you'll say, man, I just wish I could just say I love you one more time. Right. So take this moment in time and just hit your family member
up. Pick up the phone, call them, send a text, email, Facebook Messenger, whatever.
And even for the family members that are in jail, incarcerated for whatever reason they are, you know, just send them a message. Thank God that my cousins end up out. But I sent messages through, gave a little conversary here and there.
Okay.
But at the same time, you kind of forget about them because they no longer around.
Gotcha.
And that's how much that it's meaningful to me.
Right.
When it comes down to family.
Right.
Terica, any last words?
So the last word, because I remember you mentioned the word godmother. And I kind of left that out because they're also a part of my family. And I'm going to be quick with it, but my mom and her girlfriends, they've been riding down since they were probably from, in their times, elementary, middle school, high school. Now they're in their 60s plus.
Hey, T, you think we're going to be friends that long?
I hope so. You better be my friend. And we here. We good. We good peoples.
Yeah,
peoples.
No
Hey,
doubt.
Okay. So I have godmothers, and I don't. And we could talk about this on the next topic, but I feel that my godmothers really took that role so seriously because even though they had kids, where my goddaughter at? Oh, she coming with us too. And I'm like, okay, so that's how the
Where
family
big mamas at? Yeah, that's
extended.
Yeah.
So thank you to my mom, to all her girlfriends that they say, you know what, Terica, that's my goddaughter. I love my godmoms. And I don't think I have a godfather. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay. But just shout out to all the godmothers and godfathers.
Right.
And because I take their role very seriously. I know I'm a godmother, if I'm not mistaken, to a few, and I'm lacking. We lacking. So we'll talk about that because it's like now you get caught up in your own household. Like, you know what? You got a mama, you got a daddy, y'all figure it out. I got my own kids. We figure it out. But back then, those old school godmamas, they had their husbands and their kids. But guess what? They added their god kids to the equation. And I applaud y'all because I don't see how in the heck y'all able to do it. So I'm sorry to my god kids. I'm gonna do better. But I love my family. All family, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to the conversations that we brought up. So it's just all love. All love. All love.
All right, so y'all out there, check on your family members. Make sure y'all have some type of conversation.
Please do.
Bring up some secrets. Y'all may be curious about if it's allowed, if you're of age and you're mature enough to handle it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Also, too, don't feel too entitled.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Make sure you play
each other.
Right. Play your part. Respect. As well as keep communication with your loved ones.
Check in.
Yeah.
And just I'm gonna add one more story.
Okay.
My grandmother wasn't doing well.
Okay.
And I don't have to say what it was, but I called her and I heard it in her voice. She was just not doing well. And you know what I did as a granddaughter? Because she lives in Perrine. Okay. And I was trying to get to my grandmother, but work schedule, whatever, I sent her some flowers. In a spot. Even though I paid for expedited shipping for the same day delivery, it didn't happen. But she got it the next day, literally the next morning. And she was like, Terica, I was like, I just want to let you know that I care. That's just who I am. So grandma, family, mom, everyone is all love. But again, everyone doesn't do it, but just check in.
Yeah,
check
do
in.
Do it.
Just
when
do
you
it.
When you think about, and I also think like this as well. God always put these people across your mind for a reason.
Right.
Somebody may look like a cousin. You'll think of your cousin. So just shoot a text. You get what I'm saying? And try to find a way to stay in communication.
Yes.
Stay in the loop. Show up to the family functions.
Yes.
Even if it was for 10 minutes.
Right.
Just, I believe in that as well. Like just showing up is a good enough sometimes.
Right.
I believe that. And it's nothing more really I can put on it other than just showing it, because love is an action word, and I believe in showing my family love.
Yes.
And if I miss events, they know, okay, Dwayne must have been doing something. You get what I'm saying?
Same here.
So again, this Geminis Gemz.
Hey.
I'm DP. Hey. It's my girl T.
Hello.
That's Geminis with a S. That's Gems with a
C.
And what we do, T?
Hey, we gonna drop them gems.
We drop them gems.
Can I add one more thing before we go?
I should have never closed it out.
Darn it. Just one more thing. Just one more thing.
Go ahead.
I'm in a place in my life when it comes to family, friends, everything. I'm creating a tribe.
Gotcha.
And everyone is not gonna be in my tribe.
Okay.
I'ma still be who I am, but just certain people gonna get more benefits and more availability from me in that tribe. And the tribe list is very short.
Gotcha.
But so that's all I wanted to add.
Okay.
Shout out to my tribe. They know who they are. If you have to question if I'm a part of your tribe, that's the answer. I love y'all. I love y'all. Okay, go ahead. Do it again.
No, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Deuces.
We out.
Bye.